Hi everybody, it's me, Greg Manarino. How are you today? It is Monday, September 18th, 2017. People, this week is, I cannot underestimate what I'm about to say, huge for this market. And do you know why? Can you recognize that face right there? That's Janet Yellen. And I think I did a nice job trying to capture her essence here. This week, we are going to hear from the Federal Reserve. The market is really kind of anticipating a few things, and I want to cover that here. It's very important. It's going to affect currencies, commodities, obviously the stock market, the debt market, everything. So we understand that earlier this year, the Federal Reserve, Janet Yellen back there, was practically beating on the table, talking about how they're going to be raising rates this year. They're going to be normalizing, their word, not Greg Manarino's word, normalizing, which obviously insinuates that their balance sheet is abnormal. Okay, they're normalizing their abnormal balance sheet. This week, we're going to hear about the balance sheet, or at least the market believes that we are, from Janet Yellen here, and it's pretty important to understand the ramifications of this. What we do know is the Federal Reserve has inflated their balance sheet, the debt that they owe, larger than the GDP of most countries on earth, to just prop everything up, to keep everything where it is. Now, this mechanism is pretty straightforward. By suppressing interest rates has caused malinvestments all over the place, meaning cash has been going into places where it shouldn't be going and coming out of things where it should be going into, creating a void. And I've gone over this. It's like a black hole in the middle where you have extremes on both sides. So the Fed this week is going to talk about monetary policy, and Janet Yellen back here is going to give a little speech Wednesday. Now, again, Janet back there, pounding the table, yelling and screaming, talking about how, the Fed was going to do something this year, raising rates. I think they initially were going to raise it 3 times or 4, and now maybe they're down to 1. But the big thing here, and it's not so much as what they're going to do with rate hikes moving forward, it's the balance sheet. It's the freaking balance sheet that the market is waiting to hear what Janet has to say. So we also understand that Janet Yellen and the rest of the motley crew over there have not even been mentioning the balance sheet at their last several public speaking events, and it's raising a few eyebrows, mine as well. They did kind of a 180. You remember all that? They did a 180, and I came out and I said, hold on a second. I did it on this channel. I said the Fed, that's it. They're done. They're going to keep goosing the market, and it's going up, 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 up. Now, what we understand is the Federal Reserve is a serial bubble blower. That's all they do. It's a wealth transfer effect. They force these malinvestments to occur. The market will correct, and a lot of people lose cash, and a very small amount of people make money. This is what they always do over and over and over and over again. So this week, what comes out of Janet's mouth is very, very important. If she ends up mentioning the balance sheet, which I think Wall Street and investors around the world are waiting to hear, it will move this market. It's going to move this market one way or the other. It looks to me like this market's poised for something. Right now, as I am doing this video blog, the markets are in rally mode. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 80 points. Metals are under pressure. The dollar's at the flat line. Bonds aren't doing much of anything, but the fear and greed index is showing extreme greed. So when you get these kinds of things developing, you tend to get a flip back a little bit. So Janet is going to move this market come Wednesday one way or the other. If she decides to open her mouth about the balance sheet, if she decides to sound hawkish this market is going to sell off. If she comes out and starts blowing more sunshine up the crack of this market, the market will go higher. So right now I think it's anybody's guess as to what's going to come out of her mouth. I mean, she literally did a 180 over the last several times she's spoken publicly. The Fed is afraid, no doubt about it, to make a move here. This is uncharted territory. We've never seen this in the history of the world in finance, never. So this is like where no man or woman has gone before. Sound familiar to you? It's interesting. But so we really need to pay attention to what comes out of this woman's mouth, because it's going to move this market, and it could be a big move either way. I honestly, I'm telling you right now, I'm not sure where this market's going to go here when she opens her mouth, because I don't know what's going to come out of it. I don't know what's going to come out of her mouth. If she comes out again and starts blowing more sunshine at the crack of this market, it's going to go up. If she starts talking about the balance sheet, how the Fed is going to start normalizing, the market's not going to like it. Okay, that's the only supporting factor here. I don't want to hear some frank imbecile on the mainstream financial channels talking about how it's earnings here. It's not earnings. So it's the Federal Reserve that's running the show, and there's no other way to put another perspective on it, because that's really the truth here. All right, with that said, I'm going to let you all go. We're going to see how this plays out. See you later.